I'd like to welcome everyone. At this point, we have open forum, and Deputy Chief, there's no request, but an opportunity now. If anybody would like to address the board for anything that's not on the agenda, now's your time. Seeing none, then I'll close open forum and move on to reports. And the first one is the mayor's, and I've got a couple items. We're going to honor some people. The first one, we're very proud of the fact that at our community unit school district 201, our principal, Jack Balderman, was named High School Principal of the Year in Illinois. And we'd like to recognize him this evening. And with him, I think, is Superintendent Carey and Board President Reed Charlton. And I'd like to, at this point, allow you an opportunity to say something, and we have a little something for him.
Thank you, Mayor Gunter and village trustees for the opportunity to recognize Jack Balderman. I can tell you honestly, Jack embodies everything that you would want in an educational leader. He's compassionate, he's collaborative, he is passionate about teaching and learning, and I'm sure you've heard of many of the academic successes that we have had at Westmont High School under his leadership. Currently, Westmont High School is ranked as one of the top high schools in Illinois and the country by Newsweek, the Washington Post, U.S. News and World Reports. There's been a significant increase in the number of students taking AP tests, AP courses, and achieving the status of AP Scholar. But I think more significantly is in the last 2 years, 100% of our underrepresented populations have graduated from our high school, and that's a significant achievement. In addition, we have seen we're closing the achievement gap between our minority and low-income students, and they are also experiencing success becoming AP scholars and successfully completing AP tests as well. Probably, though, I'm going to share with you the last paragraph that I wrote when Jack was being considered for Illinois Principal of the Year. And I think probably this sums up the impact that Jack has had not only at Westmont High School, but also in our district. The changes at Westmont High School under Jack's leadership go beyond the academics. Mr. Balderman has created an environment that emphasizes the importance of making Westmont High School a positive, peaceful place and to treat each other with compassion. The climate created has resulted in a significant reduction of out-of-school suspensions and 0 fights in the last 2 years. Mr. Balderman was able to motivate Westmont High School to rally around a higher purpose, to put aside individual interest, and focus on the bigger picture. Jack has been able to foster and improve the sense of community in the high school, and I think that above all is what is most significant about the change at Westmont High School under Jack's leadership. And I'm thrilled that he received this award, and we're very proud of him. And now I'll turn it over to Reed Charlton, our board president, for any additional comments.
Well, first of all, ditto what he said. But I would like to say thank you to the mayor and to the village for taking this time to honor our principal, because we are very, very proud of him. And I know many of you have lived here for a long time, and to see the changes that have gone on at our high school are very much attributed actually to both of these guys standing behind me. So, but what I wanted to just tell you one quick thing, we always talk about all the accolades, the academics, because that's kind of our business. But what you should know and what the community should know is just the kind of man he is. He knows every kid in the school. He'll walk up to them. He'll know what sports they're playing, if they were in the play. He'll shake hands with them. He knows about the kids, and he knows about the families. And boy, you can't put a price tag on that, and you can't do anything more than just embrace all that. So we are very, very proud of Mr. Balderman. We are happy to say that we have also signed a new contract with him, and he'll be with us for a number of years.
Right.
As will Mr. Carey. So I just want to say, personally, the camaraderie that he does have with the kids is fantastic. So thank you for taking a minute to.
Well, thank you. We'd like to present. We'd like to give you our Community Appreciation Award, and it's a recognition of your State of Illinois High School Principal of the Year Award. And
Thanks,
we're
Mayor.
proud of you having us in your town. Thank you, in our town. Good to be in our town. There you go. You get that.
And I'd like to invite over. Can you want one? And then.
Yeah, can I have my
invite
family?
up as well? Yeah, we'll invite family up.
No, no problem. You still got to talk.
Never
Yeah,
my problem.
yeah. Go there. You want me in?
want you in here,
Oh,
of
yeah, I'm
course.
gonna let the women go between you.
No, we like having
All
you,
right,
Mayor.
all right. Oh, then I could put this, you want me to put this?
Or let him hold it.
Huh? You wanna hold that?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and get our lady break in this one. We get on. Ready? One more.
All right, thank you.
Well, I just want to be very brief. First of all, thank you to the mayor and to the village board for this honor. I really appreciate it. And I want to just recognize my partner, Beth. My mom and dad are here. I'm very lucky for that. They are a big part of my success. To my mother-in-law, Susie, and Aunt Nancy, who are also here. But, so thank you for being here and supporting me. I just want to make clear that I really do love Westmont. I think it's a beautiful town. Been able to travel all over the country and work in many magnificent places, but I think this is a very special community, and it's been just a joy to work here. And the biggest part of my success is because of the people who are here in Westmont, and support from the Marie and the board, and from Kevin Carey, and my wonderful colleagues, and the great teaching staff, the students at the school, and the parents. I'm a very fortunate man. It's a beautiful high school. It's as good as any high school I've ever visited or been a part of, and I'm just really proud because I wouldn't be in this position without a team effort. So I'm just very grateful, and thank you for recognizing me this evening.
Thank you. And at this point, I'd like to call our deputy chief to the podium, and I get the honor of swearing in one of our new officers.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like to ask Officer Hugo Pacheco to step up, please. Officer Pacheco is here tonight with his wife Carly, daughter Elena, his parents Martin Marcella Pacheco, and his mother-in-law Cheryl O'Toole. And at this time, if the officers want to come in, I'd like to ask the mayor if he'd swear in our new patrolman to the village of
Certainly will.
Westmont, please.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Hugo Pacheco,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties for the office of police officer.
the duties of the office of police officer.
Congratulations, to the best of my ability.
Welcome.
I missed that part. Just told policeman. Yeah.
That's my building.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone. I just wanted to make this really brief, since I only had a couple minutes to write this before I came here. I just want to say good evening. I wanted to start off by telling everyone a little bit about myself and my experiences in life before I came to Westmont Police Department. To be honest, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do prior to me completing my high school degree. So when all my friends were going off to college, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to spend money applying for different loans and going to college that way. So my thought was joining the military. So what I did right after high school was I joined the United States Marine Corps. I fulfilled my obligation for 4 years. I was all over the world. I was in North Carolina for 2 years in Camp Lejeune. I went overseas for 7 months in Afghanistan. And then for my last year and a half, I went to Camp Pendleton in California, which was a vacation for me after going overseas. So right after that, I spent a couple months just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go to school, so criminal justice was what I did. I obtained an associate's degree in criminal justice through Moraine Valley, and I was applying to a bunch of different places, and I ended up getting hired onto Countryside Police Department as a community service officer. I did 6 months there before getting a call from the commissioners here and then getting hired on. So I did all that, and obviously my family, found them along the way. And I spent a lot of time just having hard times just being away from my family. I met my wife in high school. I've been together with her for 11 years. We were just married last year. And I really wanted to thank her, especially out of everyone, just because everything she's been through. I was just gone for 3 months in the military, just in the boot camp, 7 months away in Afghanistan. And obviously, Illinois State Police being 3 months gone and at the academy. It wasn't easy with my 6-month-old daughter being here, so I knew every weekend I would come home hearing about how hard it was for her. So I really wanted to thank her. She did an amazing job. I wanted to thank my family, my mother-in-law for taking care of Elena, my daughter, while my wife was at work. And I wanted to thank the Village of Westmont and the Westmont Police Department for giving me the opportunity to join this great community. And the short time that I've been here, it's been amazing meeting everybody here, and I really appreciate the opportunity, and I won't let you guys down.
Good, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
FOP, police. I didn't know, every time we have a new police officer, we take the opportunity to recognize our police and fire commissioner. One here today, I don't see, just one. And all the work that goes into selecting a new officer.
Very long process. The commissioners are very involved.
Yeah.
From the testing to the interviews to our detectives and backgrounds to, it's a long process. Polygraph, psychological tests.
You want to come up to the podium and say anything? I haven't asked this of you before.
Yeah, and you could see by his
He's
face that
No
he...
problem. Our chairman could not be here. He had another engagement, but we're still searching for the good candidates that we need for the Village of Westmont. The detectives will be getting some more backgrounds, and we're doing some more oral interviews and setting up for a new test already.
Very good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. All right. Yeah, what we're going to do now is we'll take about a 2 or 3 minute recess to allow everybody who wants to leave the room before we finish our regular business. So at this point, we'll take a 3-minute recess. meeting of April 13th and move on. I do not have any other reports, so I'll move on to Clerk Simsky.
I just have a couple of items. First of all, I know Marie has sent in her economic interest statement. Have you gotten yours in, Linda?
No, I have to do mine.
Pardon? You haven't
I will
done-
do mine.
Okay. And Steve, have you sent yours in?
Got the email today, but I will do it soon.
Okay. Now, we have to too. Jim,
I did get a
Harold-
new email on it, but
Yeah, Jim, Harold, and Bruce.
May 1st.
You and I both have to have them in by May 1st.
May 1st,
So-
Everybody or just the newly elected ones?
everybody.
No,
Annually.
everybody does. but-
Annually.
Yeah.
That
but
just
we
came out in an
have to.
email? It just came out in an email?
no.
I think Alicia reminded
Just
all
email
of
it,
us,
yeah.
but now that we've been reelected, now we have to fill them out again, so.
I definitely received one this week, Bruce.
It's a reminder this week. The
Yeah.
original one was quite a
And you
while.
can do it online, so.
Yes.
That's nice. No more yellow form.
And then Larry left the room. Well, anyway, I wanted to remind everybody that the Rotary Club of Westmont is having their reverse raffle on April 28th. And Harold has tickets, I have tickets, the mayor has tickets, Larry Forsberg has tickets. So there are a lot of us walking around with tickets. If anybody would like to purchase one, it's a fun evening. There's Larry. It's a fun evening. It's held at the Knights of Columbus. It's April 28th, and the doors will open at 6 for it, and there'll be good food and a lot of fun, open bar. So
Good.
sign up and come. And happy Easter, everybody, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Attorney Zemanek,
We don't have attorneys' reports on the agenda
but I
anymore.
give you an opportunity to
Thank you.
talk. And I'm
Easter,
all-
I've got nothing else to report.
There's nothing for manager, but I'm at least going to say manager may?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll move over here to trustee Addington.
Okay, just a couple of things. First of all, and I think a lot of people are already aware of this, but my condolences to Dan Charney's family. The Charney family has been a part of this community for as long as I've been around, and Dan was a very good friend and very active in the community through the Knights of Columbus, and has a great family, and he will be missed, and just wanted to recognize him. The other thing is, let's talk a little bit about economic development. The next meeting will be on May the 3rd, and that is here at 9 o'clock. We meet in the room behind me, the boardroom behind me. Everyone is more than welcome to come. We seem to have, in almost every meeting now, a new petitioner to come and talk to us about something new in town, which is always exciting, but you're all more than welcome. Larry, do you want to talk about the award ceremony? Because that's not that far away.
I will be happy to. Next Thursday will be the Westmont Community Awards Dinner. It's going to be at our Hilton. Reception starts at 6 p.m. The dinner will begin at 6:45. We have a series of presentations recognizing many individuals throughout the community, ranging from Citizen of the Year to Community Improvement Awards. The Knights of Columbus are doing a presentation. The Rotary is doing a Paul Harris Award. So it's going to be an evening packed with recognition for all the great things that are happening in the community, including the Westmont Special Events Making Memories Award. So our reservation deadlines are actually tomorrow. So you can go online to westmontchamber.com and register, or call the office at 630-960-5553. Thank you.
And then the last thing on economic development is just to make mention that there is a lot happening. We have 4 pages of things that are going on right now, and I'll just highlight a couple of them. One is that Westmont Village Apartments, which has been completely renovated and changed around, is now into their next phase, which is for the swimming pool that they want to put in, but again, a big change over there. Our car dealers continue to move forward and do the upgrades and the improvements. Ogden Lincoln Mercury, the Porsche dealer, the BMW dealer, so we keep seeing changes there. But a lot of, just a whole bunch of very nice, very positive things that are happening, and The vet will be open hopefully by next month? Later in the summer, okay. Other than that, everything is going forward, very positive, and thank you, Mayor, for allowing me to talk.
Are you done?
I'm done.
All right. We'll move on to trustee Little.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of items tonight. The Administration Committee meeting, the next one will be May 25th at 4:30 in this room. So please feel free to come out for that one. Westmont Special Events is having their next meeting April 24th at 6 o'clock at Westmont Center. And just in case anybody doesn't know, we serve dinner. Kind of an incentive to come out and volunteer. Community events, we have the Pet Promenade coming up. Larry, would you like to step up and talk about the Pet Promenade?
I think there's a bunch of activities that,
There is a bunch of activities. That's always going on in Westmont. It's the place to be. May 20th at Tidewater Park from 11 to 2 p.m. We'll have a pet promenade going on. It's going to be our 6th annual. We encourage everyone to come out, bring your pets with you. It's also a great opportunity to have your photo taken with Bubba, the alligator. He'll be making a command performance again this year. We're also going to have a kite flying event going on, and a touch-a-truck. I understand from Stevie G that we will be having a helicopter at the event. At least that's in the process, and it looks like it's going to work. And he's also working on a tank. We won't be firing anything from the tank, but it's one of the things we're working on. But we're going to have a fun-packed day for family-focused activities, from pets to trucks to kites. And obviously, a beautiful Sunday afternoon in the park is also a wonderful thing. More information available at westmontchamber.com. Thanks.
So Larry, would that be helicopter rides or just a helicopter?
It will be just a helicopter. Will not be helicopter rides. So, good question, though.
I don't see anything on the agenda about the Easter stuff at the Park District. Does anybody have any do you have any information, Larry?
There is an Easter egg hunt on Saturday.
at 10:30 at Veterans Memorial Park.
And before that is the
Fights with the Bunny.
I think
But
that's
that's
at 9, but you had to pre-register for that. But there is no pre-registration. I think it's ages 3 to...
2 up to 9 or so, but there's
9 or so,
different age groups. If you're there at 10:30, they'll announce the different age groups.
And that's at Veterans Memorial
It's on the
Park.
Little League field.
Yeah, Little League field.
Thank you.
So.
And then the last item I have is the community branding meeting. Next meeting will be Tuesday, the 18th at 7 o'clock at Westmont Center. The group will be talking about branding guidelines, website redesign, regional perception surveys, and more. So if anybody's interested in talking with the village about branding issues, please come out and join us for that one. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Trustee Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We had a Public Works meeting prior to tonight's board meeting, led by Trustee Addington. And we were, and I'll just kind of combine it with the environmental improvement because John Yater had overlapped some of the things. But Mike Ramsey had updated us on a river sweep. He is also working with Trustee Barker and Westmont First with stormwater stenciling. And then he had just completed the junior high water tower competition, where Westmont Junior High and Westview Junior High had competed for model water towers, and this is something that Mike hopes to bring to the whole state. John Yater had given us a salt update. We have used about 500 tons, which is down from our normal 1,200 to 1,500. Again, the light winter is due, less salt, and then, of course, less overtime, so we are under budget as far as snow removal goes. John is also leading the way on the Arbor Day seedling giveaway, and that's going to be April 28th from 2 to 6 at the library. And one of the unique things about what John's going to do this year is there's going to be 4 species, so you'll have an option and some variety in the trees that we're planting and so forth. Combined with that Arbor Day, this year's tree planting is going to be at Marker School. Again, John also informed us, he tied that into his involvement with the Environmental Improvement Commission. And they have a couple guest speakers, May 3rd on the Monarch Butterfly at 7 o'clock at the Westmont Library. And then May 18th, a very interesting one that applies to recently. That one is going to be May 18th at 6 o'clock at the library. And this is going to be a guest speaker on stormwater management in your own yard. And I know a lot of people have been dealing with that over the last couple weeks. So again, that's May 18th. And that one will be at 6 p.m. at the Westmont Public Library. Jim from the Water Department informed us that the East Richmond Street water main project is going to be happening once the kids get out of school, and that's going to go from Wilmette to Cass. Also working on the Suffield Gardens water main project. If residents see the fire hydrant flushing going on, that is on purpose. The village is doing that right now, and that'll be ongoing. And then lastly, Noriel is updating us on the ongoing downtown alley reconstruction. There is some maintenance issues on the ones that have been completed, and then also we are out for bid on the next one to be done, which is the Manning School alley, which is we label as F, and that again will be from Naperville Road to Norfolk. And then lastly, I guess, is that we were updated on a lot of our new equipment from last year's budget is now in service, highlighted by our new sweeper and also by our new ladder truck for the fire department, and then a couple other ones along the way. Again, happy holidays to everyone. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Did you want, as part of the Economic Environment Committee Commission, would you like to call someone up?
I do want to call someone up, and I also wanted to show the overhead also. I forgot about that. Jill ran these off for me, and this is going to be, sure, for the April 22nd Richmond Street Garden groundbreaking, and where's my bricks? But I guess we have those there. Okay, Jill, go ahead.
We're very excited about the upcoming groundbreaking. We've been getting ready for it. We've got bees out in the apiaries right now, starting to make honey. There's going to be a local author who's going to read books about trees and gardening to the kids. We're going to have stumps out there for the kids to sit on, and then we're going to spray paint the ground to show where all of the different educational things for the garden are going to occur. So we're very excited about it. It's from 10 to noon on Earth Day, April 22nd. So hope to see you all there.
Are you recommending any place specific to park?
It'll probably be at the Clarendon Hills Public Works
Public Works.
facility, because we're going to be roping off some of the street over there. So,
Thank you, Jill. And lastly, I'll just piggyback that on, there is a brick program that's going along. There's residents, there's also a business side, there's different sizes, and to me, this is a really neat program. There's some different designs that you could do, some different characters and so forth. And memorial bricks, a lot of different things, and can contact me, can contact Jill, anyone involved with the Environmental Improvement Commission. This will be a really neat thing and something that will be here for generations to come. So, thank you.
Very good, thank you. We'll move on to Trustee Nero.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. First, I'd like to call up Deputy Chief Gruen to talk about a few items here coming up with the police department.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Nero. Good evening once again. I'll try to be quick. We have several things coming up, though. April 29th is the National Prescription Drug Take-Back at the Westmont Police Department. That's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We accept pills, patches, and needles that are in sharps containers. We do not accept liquids, creams, inhalers, or the EpiPens. So if anybody has those things, we will have to tell you to take them back. A lot of this is just it's an initiative to reduce substance abuse, mainly among teenagers. You know, old medicine sitting in cabinets and stuff like that. People tend to go up and grab them and use them and stuff, or they with friends or whatever. And it also helps with the waters, because people, when they get the old medication, they tend to dump them in the toilet, which is very bad for our water system. So that initiative is taking place on April 29th. That is nationwide initiative. I wanted to go to kind of some fun stuff for me is the Special Olympics, the Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics Illinois. This past Tuesday, we had our volleyball game. We had 4 teams. We had a FOP team, fire department team, and 2 school district teams. We had a really good turnout. I'd like to thank everybody that had their teams, the fire department and the schools and our FOP, and for their donations that they made. They were very generous. We're still waiting on a couple. People are like, oh, I wanted to donate. I couldn't make it out there, so we're still waiting on a couple, but we are at around $2,600, which is very good. All that money goes straight to Special Olympics Illinois. So it's an event I think we're going to try to do again next year, make it a little bigger, try to add more teams. It's kind of short notice when we had the 4 teams. maybe make more of a round robin. Maybe the board can have their team out there next year. You only need 6. So we'll probably try to do that around the same time next year. Upcoming events. I gave everybody one of these flyers.
Did you have a
I'll
winner at that, Brian? Did you have a team that ended up winning?
The winning team was one of the school district teams was amazingly composed of high school teachers.
Okay.
The FOP was second, the fire department was third, and the other school district.
Mayor, I saw some video, and I think it was moms or teachers, and I think they were playing the PD, and it was pretty, I don't know, you guys better start practicing for next year.
It wasn't a skillful tournament, I guess, on somebody. It was more entertainment, is what a lot of it was. And then we did have entertainment also by Erin Compton and her little team of dancers. So they did some halftime competition. So that was very exciting also. Let's see, is this, no? Okay. So I gave everyone one of these. This is May 8th. We're partnering with Chipotle, and more or less anybody that brings in this flyer, shows it on their smartphone, or just mentions the Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics between 4 and 8 p.m., they will get 50% of that sale to Special Olympics Illinois. So all you got to do is just go get something to eat. Mention it, go get something to eat, don't have to give anything extra, and 50% of that sale goes straight to Special Olympics. So that's at our Chipotle location at 300 East Ogden. Then on May 13th, we have our open house coming out at the Westmont Police Department. We'll have the auction. That's prior to the open house. Their viewing will start at 8:45 a.m. The auction will run at approximately 9 to 10:30. Then the open house will be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that is May 13th, Saturday. And then our one big event that most people know about, May 19th, Friday, is Cop on Top. Right now, we have one authorized location, which is 19 West 63rd, and that'll be from 6 to 11 a.m. We're still waiting on approval for the Ogden location. That's a controversy between corporate, them, whatever, they have to do the approval for that. So we're waiting on that one. And then another fundraiser where you just go buy some food is on May 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m. The Potbelly at 19 West Ogden. All you got to do is go between 4 and 7 and eat. 25% of the sales go to Special Olympics Illinois on that day. I don't have any flyers yet. I'm waiting for, they actually supply the flyers and want you to give out those. So once I get those, I'll pass those around. And the only other thing is, like every other year, I got t-shirts, hats, pins, and Harley tickets. So anybody wants anything, feel free to give me a call, and got plenty to sell. Oh, one other thing, forgot the big one. So the thing everybody's getting excited about this year for us is the officers can grow beards. Starting in October, November, December, if they donate a predetermined amount of money that goes to Special Olympics, they'll be able to grow a beard that within guidelines of being trimmed. To support this cause, we came up with a t-shirt that we're going to be selling through June. The shirt comes in a man's or a women's cut, long sleeve, or a hoodie. So if anybody's interested in those, please contact me.
And
Questions?
again, this is the only fundraiser our police department is involved in. And has been.
The Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics is the only thing we do. This is our main fundraiser. It's what we do. And I'd like to mention, I appreciate the village allowing us to do it. There are villages in the area that do not allow their police departments to participate.
Wow.
So, which I think is kind of a sad thing because it's for a tremendous cause and they should allow them to do that. So once again, yes, I thank you and I appreciate that.
And the one on 63rd Street, of course, is a donut, top of Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yes, that's Cop on Top. Chief, hopefully if he's over by his illness by then, he can go on top and do that.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mayor, I had challenged the previous chief about getting our name on that T-shirt, and you see what the new chief did? He just got us T-shirts with the name on, so he solved the problem.
That is our
That's
goal.
great. Yeah.
And-
Made it easy.
We are actually, with just the volleyball event, we are halfway to what we made last year already. Last year, we were just a little over 5,000, so we're already halfway there with one event. So it is a very big goal. Yeah, the goal is the T-shirt, which is 15,000, so, you know, we'll just keep striving to get there.
We can do it.
Yes.
Hey, Brian, if people want to order T-shirts, do they pay you directly or do it online and just get them from you? How does that work?
Which T-shirts?
These T-shirts.
Those T-shirts, just contact me, because right now what we're doing is these are,
If you just set it on there, Brian, it'll turn on in a minute.
oh, okay. These are, we're going through a company called Grunt Style. They're based out of Carroll Stream. They mainly employ about 65% of their employees are veterans. So they're kind of a national company, but they are going to make these T-shirts, but we have to have a certain number sold before we actually get them made. So, yeah, really feel free to contact me through my email or my phone number, and I'll work out how we're going to do that.
Cool.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you have to clap for that.
Trustee Guzzo.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple things. Tomorrow night, St. John Council, Knights of Columbus Lenten Fish Fry, 5 to 8 p.m., 25 North Cass Avenue. It is actually Good Friday tomorrow, so this will be the last one for the season, and they do a great job on that. Secondly, I want to congratulate Finance Director Parker and his staff. They received 2 awards from the Government Finance Officers Association, GFOA. The first award for excellence in financial reporting was awarded to about 12% of Illinois municipalities, so congratulations on that one. The second award, the Distinguished Budget Award, was awarded to 6% of Illinois municipalities, so thanking him and his staff for all the great work they do. We also had a Finance Committee meeting earlier before the Public Works Committee meeting. We have received an offer and accepted it on the sale of our fire truck. Budget follow-up, there will be more on the agenda this evening. It is up for a resolution this evening. And as everyone is aware, our budget runs from May 2017 to April 2018. And this year, our finance director, and with the help of village board and staff, we kind of rolled our strategic plan into the budgeting process. It was very formative. It was great. It was just, as always, a great job. So thank you on that one. And I also want to thank my fellow board members, our department heads, and everybody who attended our budget workshop and our capital projects workshop. So I want to say thank you on that. And then to jump back now to our finance committee, following up with that, we touched base on the places for eating. And our next meeting is going to be May 11th. And if I forgot anything, I'm sorry. That's it, Mayor.
That's it. Thank you. We'll go to Trustee Barker.
Okay. First of all, all the activities that are in the works here in Westmont is very impressive as we go around. That was the longest conversation we had in reports in quite some time. So winter's over and activity's increasing, but we should be very proud of everything that's going on in this community. 2 things to report. Westmont First has a meeting on Monday night at 6 p.m. at the library. Any of the residents are welcome to join us there for that meeting. And then the other one is community development has put in a lot of, committee has put in a lot of time working on gateway signage for the community. And there's been a lot of conversations had about that, and you'll see more of that coming to Westmont in the future. That is all.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, we'll go to the consent agenda. Any board member want any item removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, I'd ask Manager May to please read.
Thank you. First, this evening, our village board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes of the village board meeting held March 30, 2017. Next is finance ordinance number 23 in the amount of $1,755,808.61. We have 2 purchase orders, first being M.E. Simpson, $30,375, represents hydrant flow testing services. And the second purchase order is the Village of Addison, $350,000 relative to the Consolidated Dispatch Center. This is a combination administration fee and the reserve contribution, so it's kind of the upfront costs as opposed to the monthly fee. Both purchase orders with finance ordinance number 23 equal $2,136,183.61. Under community events, we have 2017 Westmont Cruisin' Nights and Street Fair. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests from the Westmont Special Events Corporation for their 2017 Cruisin' Nights and Street Fair. This includes a tent permit fee waiver, live amplified sound permit for event hours, as well as the street and public right-of-way closures. The next is the 2017 Taste of Westmont. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests from the Westmont Special Events Corporation for their 2017 Taste of Westmont. Includes special event liquor license waiver fee, amusement license fee waiver, tent permit fee waiver, live amplified sound permit for event hours, as well as street and public right-of-way closures. Last on the consent agenda is a proclamation for National Volunteer Week. Board to consider a proclamation to declare April 23rd through the 29th of 2017 as National Volunteer Week in the Village of Westmont. That completes the consent agenda.
Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
Motion to approve, Addington.
Second, Little.
Motion made and second on the question. Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving on the agenda, we'll move on to new business. 230 South Cass Avenue, the final plat of subdivision. The board to consider an ordinance approving a final plat of subdivision request from SKE Property Investments to split one lot into two lots of record in the R4 General Residence District. We've got Director Ziegler.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a straightforward request. It's to finish up the final subdivision for two lots that will have a duplex with 2 units on South Cass. This went through Planning and Zoning Commission and Village Board mid last year, and now that engineering is complete, we're requesting final subdivision approval, and staff recommends approval.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Little.
Second, Nero.
Motion been made and second to approve. Any questions? Comments? Anybody in the audience? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business B, 140 North Cass Avenue, the business office. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests from Artelis Agency Services Incorporated to allow a ground floor office in the B1 Limited Business District. 1, for a special use permit, and 2, for a development permit. And Director Ziegler.
Thank you, Mayor. We brought this before the Planning and Zoning Commission last night, and we felt like it was a very straightforward request, so we brought it to the Village Board so that the applicant could get started and hopefully open up his space very soon. This is slightly over the administrative requirements for 1,000 square feet, and we feel that this will be a nice use for an insurance office in the downtown, filling a vacancy that's been there for about a year. I'm available for any questions, and Mr. Hartelius is here to tell you a little bit more about his business.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and all the trustees. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll be brief, as everybody says when they're up here. My wife tells me I ramble too much, so I'll make sure I keep it pretty succinct. But I've been, since I graduated Eastern Illinois 2005, I've been in the insurance industry. 3 years working with unions on supplemental benefits, fire departments, as well as police departments. And from there, for the last 9 years, I've worked for Allstate Insurance as a member of the National Catastrophe Team, mostly in claims, but also with their corporate home office, on the operational side, working with their customer service teams and developing their new training programs. So I say all that because I heard earlier one of the gentlemen say that they had traveled all over the U.S., and I'm one of those people as well. And the best part about traveling all over the U.S. is the opportunity to see downtowns of suburbs and different places over the U.S. And I think this is really where community comes together. I look very much forward, if given the opportunity, to be a part of the community, both for the members of it, but also the business community as well. Everything I've heard today definitely reinforces that. Seeing your guys' principal, recognize my wife's a special education coordinator in Cicero for the Morton High School. So I'll tell her about that a little bit. She'll be excited to hear about the different recognition that comes from this village. But again, I want to be a part of this community. I think with my insurance background, I'll be able to really help those individuals in the community and really just contribute as much as possible. So that's all I wanted to say, but I did want to wish you guys a happy Easter as well. Thank you.
Do I have a motion?
So moved, Guzzo.
Second, Barker.
Motion made and seconded to approve. On the question.
Just one, will you be an all-state agent, or you be
Yes,
independent?
I'm sorry. I'm keeping it too brief. I left off some some key things. Yes, I'll be an all-state agent. We'll be dealing, property, auto, life and retirement products as well. Look to have a staff of anywhere from 3 to 5, so it's not going to be a very large business. But again, when heard you guys talking earlier about the cigarette issue. Send them my way. I'll encourage them with the non-smoker rates. See what I can do to help that up a little
There
bit.
you go.
But,
Amen.
Any way I could help. But yes, it's an all-state agency.
Are you aware of our,
Why you have it, I'm going to be a neighbor of yours around the corner, so I always like to know where you're from, and you have family, that
Sure,
kind of thing. and
absolutely.
We get to know you a little bit.
I grew up in Tinley Park, went to Andrew High School. Like I said, I went to Eastern Illinois University and graduated in 2005. Met my wife October 31st of 2014. Got married just this July over at the Oakbrook Hilton. I had my rehearsal dinner at Vincent Torrey. So I really love the Westmont community. I've lived in the city of Chicago, and as I was transitioning, always traveling out to see my future bride in Downers, that's where we live right now, always coming through here and actually just, cultivating our relationship in downtown Westmont. This area means a lot to us. And even though we're in Downers right now, I eventually would like to become a homeowner in the community as well. So it's one of my goals, and hopefully we can make that happen.
so you're aware of our Thursday nights in the summer, that our street fair?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Thursday nights.
I look forward to that. Living in Downers for a long time, just near their main street, I've definitely seen a lot of the activities and see what events like that can bring. And just being involved in that is actually pretty exciting. So I look forward to it if given the opportunity.
Any additional comments, questions?
Glad to have you.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what we look for.
Yeah.
Thank
I'd
you.
ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Adding.
Yes.
Passes. We look forward to having grand opening.
Yep.
Amen.
Thank you. Moving on, new business C, zoning code text amendment. Board to consider an ordinance approving a text amendment to Appendix A, Section 7.03 and Sections 7.07 of the Westmont zoning code regarding theaters as a special use in the B1, B2, and C1 business districts. And we've got Director Ziegler to provide some additional information.
Thank you, Mayor. We also presented this last night at Planning and Zoning Commission. We're looking to clean up some sections in the commercial zoning code to allow theaters as a special use. We think that this will be a good opportunity to consider issues like vehicular and pedestrian traffic and just make sure that that's all controlled and that we have a good handle on that. So we recommend approval, and I'm available for any questions.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Addington.
Second, Nero.
Motion been made and second to approve. On the question.
Just one, Mr.
Trustee
Mayor.
Barry.
With that change, and this may go to John, is that something that we're looking to also adjust the tax on that as with that zoning change, or is that something we would have to be home rule to do?
Need to look into that. I believe we have to be home rule to impose an amusement tax. The village currently does not have an amusement tax. We also don't have a theater to.
But it would be a separate action. This is just about making it a special use in these zoning districts.
And just again, I would think that those would go hand in hand, because if we do allow them, don't we want to have a revenue from them?
So we already allow them. We allow them as a permitted use, which means the movie theater could open in any commercial zoning district without obtaining board approval. And staff believe that movie theaters could have a unique impact because of their size and amount of traffic they can generate, not just existing local traffic, and that they're more properly classified as a special use. But you raise a good point. With that heightened regulation, should we also look at an amusement tax? And the answer is yes, and we will do so immediately.
Thank you.
Good point. I think this gives us a little bit more control on where the theaters would potentially go in the community.
We also researched our surrounding communities, and several of them also require conditional or special use. So it's a common practice.
Any other comments? Anybody from the audience? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
New business D, Economic Development Strategic Plan Adoption. Board to consider an ordinance adopting the 2021 Economic Development Strategy Plan for the Village of Westmont. And now we've got Director Ziegler and our Community Development Director, Forsberg.
Tonight, we're here to recommend our 2021 Economic Development Strategic Plan for adoption. Trustee Addington helped us bring this through the Economic Development Committee through a couple meetings for review. It was positively received, and this is part of our Strategic Plan Committee as well. And I'll let Larry chime in.
This is a document that went through several reviews, both internally on staff and also with our, as Jill said, our Economic Development Committee. And as part of our strategic plan process, there was a very large emphasis on economic development. So the need for this document was very important. We put it before the board for your approval tonight.
Motion to approve, Nero?
Second, Barry.
Motion made and seconded to approve on the question. Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barry.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. And I inadvertently gave Larry a new title. He's the Economic Development Director.
Honorary.
He's honorary. He's working with Jill.
You can have tomorrow off now. That's good.
Yeah. New business E. The fiscal year 2017-18 budget. Board to consider a resolution to adopt the fiscal year 2017-2018 budget. Director Parker is going to give us some information.
This will be a lot shorter than the last time we talked about this, the last village board meeting. So first of all, I just want to point out that for the benefit of the public, that this budget is something that's been being discussed and been going on in terms of discussions since November at the staff level, and then over the last several months from the board, there have been discussions at a number of committee meetings as we've talked about specific items coming up into the budget. And then again, on April 6th, we had about a 2-hour meeting to dive into the details of the budget. Unfortunately, it turns out that our recording system did not work at that point, so we'll be putting up information on the website detailing, I'll put up the presentation that was given at that meeting so people have the access to see the details of the budget. But I do want to mention that it's been discussed in a lot of detail at the board level, so I'll just cover on a very brief basis the budget at this point for the benefit of those who may not have been there at the previous meeting. So first of all, I just want to mention that the total expenditures included in the budget are $53,228,722. And the total financial uses, including the internal transfers, are $62,459,702. And in terms of kind of the overview, one of the big things, as was mentioned earlier, is that this really focused on the strategic plan. It really had us as departments look at why we do what we do and how it all ties back to the strategic plan. Additionally, in terms of revenues, we were fairly flat in our major revenues, so we had to look at some creative ways of adjusting what we do and adjusting how we pay for it to be able to save some money. Our operating departments did a fantastic job with that. We had our police department was able to come up with a net reduction of about $260,000, and our fire department was able to come up with a net reduction of about $50,000 before applying any village-wide items. And I think that's a great thing they were able to do. It's always good to be able to identify ways that we can reduce the amount of money that we're spending to still provide the same level of services. A couple of high-level items that are occurring, I just wanted to point out, this budget does include funds for gateway and wayfinding signs as well as a railroad right-of-way upgrade. Got a couple of development projects in there, as well as Phase 1 design for the CBD streetscape and Phase 2 design for Public Works facility. Got a number of infrastructure and stormwater projects and funding to be able to have a position to enable an intergovernmental agreement with the library for IT services. So overall, I think it's a great budget. I think we're in good financial shape. Our operating revenues will be exceeding our operating expenses. That's where we'd want to be. We'll be using some fund balance to cover some major one-time projects, and I think we're moving in a great direction. So I'd like to thank the board for all of their work on that, as well as staff for all of their work in putting this all together.
I think the key is that your incoming revenue for the year is going to not only meet the expenses, you're going to be greater than the yearly expenses.
Yes.
And our fund balances are going to be still at the level that we're shooting for.
Yes. Yep.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Little?
Second Guzzo.
Motion made and second to approve. On the question. Trustee Barrett.
Mr. Mayor, I was not able to attend the budget workshop, and unfortunately, due to the technicality, I have not been able to watch it. So I am going to abstain tonight, and I wanted to make the public aware. I have talked to Spencer, and he has told me that the fat is trimmed and that every department head really worked hard. So, I feel rest assured. But again, I wanted to explain my position on abstaining from it because I have not been privy to
Good.
all of the information. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any additional? Anybody in the public? Anybody from the police department want to spend more money? No. I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes.
Trustee Barry,
Abstain.
Trustee Barker,
Yes.
Trustee Nero,
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Move on. Miscellaneous.
Can I just, real quickly?
That miscellaneous, yeah.
No, well, under just these last two items is really the culmination of what got started with the strategic plan work that was done, a year and a half ago. And you're now seeing these things starting to come to the end. Still a lot of work to do between now and 2021, but again, I just want to say thank you to staff for all the work that they've done so far, and they're not finished. And strategic plan operations committee is not finished, so there's more to be done. But you're seeing the goal, and that's why this is coming in this way, is not to forget that we started this thing, that the strategic plan is an ongoing, living part of what we're doing. So I'm really pleased that it's moving the way it's moving.
Thank you. Any other miscellaneous?
Yes.
Manager May.
Well, I just wanted to follow up on the comments about the glitch with the recording. Not only did it first happen at the workshop, just for anybody who's interested, it happened at a point well into the meeting. I don't know if it was an hour or at what time it was, but when it occurred, it wasn't just the interruption when the stuff crashed. It damages the file, and we don't even have anything usable for playback, even in partial state. So that's why that happened, and I was told it occurred again last night at Planning and Zoning as well. So, after tonight, that stuff's being shipped out, and we'll get it repaired and hopefully be better in 2 weeks.
Good.
If the state of Illinois did that, they'd probably get their budget passed.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to wish our attorney a happy belated birthday, and we'd like you to join us in the executive session, please.
Well, in the
Initiation ceremony?
Thank you. There is cake after the meeting that Jenny made in your honor. Any other miscellaneous? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Little?
Second, Nero.
Motion been made, second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. I thank everybody, meeting adjourned.